Hey, did you ever have the opportunity where you got invited and you said no to it?
Yeah.
What was the consequences when you said no?
Puffy invited me for weeks, asking me to come and teach him how to, wanted me to be his acting coach for a while. Go there and he's sitting around just looking. I'm like, okay, what's the material you want to work on? He's just looking at me. Then next thing you know, okay, hey, will you help me? I want to hear your music. So I come over there and I play the music. And he's sitting there just looking at me, like waiting. Okay. So then my assistant was like, he wants to hang out with you next week. And I was like, for what? He's like, I think he's trying to fuck you.
All right, so look, man. Let's get into the video. Terrence Howard.
Yeah, man. Hustling flow, man.
Hustling flow. This dude right here playing some good movies. I can't even lie. That's my movie right there. Matter of fact, Terrence Howard is probably one of the most underrated actors of all time. This dude literally can play any character. Impressive resume. I mean, one of my favorite movies of all time, Idlewild. He's in that movie. The movie with Outkast, he bodied that role. Another one of my favorite movies of all time, Four Brothers, bodied that role. I was just speaking about Hustle and Flow. You already know what he did on that. Dead President. Come on now. He played in Ray. And the thing about him, he could just switch it up. He could go comedy if he wants to. The Best Man, Perfect Holiday, Players Club. People forget he played in Players Club, even though that's not a comedy, but you get what I'm saying. The guy has a pretty diverse catalog. I put him right there well, not on the same level, but I'm saying he have the same abilities to adapt into any genre of movie. Similar to your like Denzel Washington, Jim Carrey, Jamie Foxx. Like, he's one of these people. I consider him just as talented as those guys, at least when it comes to versatility. He's not one of those actors that only gets hired to play one role. But yeah, y'all see the title, man. He spoke about Diddy trying to take his cheek, bro. Pause, no Diddy. Well, I guess this is Diddy, huh? Because we are talking about Diddy. He was on a podcast speaking about the dark side of Hollywood, the things that actors have to go to reach the next level. And the host of the podcast asked him, has this ever happened to you? And then he told a story about Diddy. And the story resulted in Diddy trying to, you know what? Let's check it out.
Hey, did you ever have the opportunity where you got invited and you said no to it?
Hell yeah.
What was the consequences when you said no?
Puffy invited me for weeks, asking me to come and teach him how to, wanted me to be his acting coach for a while. Go there and he's sitting around just looking. I'm like, okay, what's the material you want to work on? He's just looking at me. Then next thing you know, okay, hey, will you help me? I want to hear your music. So I come over there and I play the music. And he's sitting there just looking at me, like waiting. Okay. So then my assistant was like, he wants to hang out with you next week. And I was like, for what? He's like, I think he's trying to fuck you. That's what my assistant said. And I was like, oh, okay. Now I get it. So now no more communication. Now you know to be hands off with somebody. A number of producers come in and make the approach, and you threaten to punch them in the mouth or threaten to knock their head off for talking to you like, or looking at you like you're a woman. When you approach a real man about his masculinity, you're going to get a real reaction back. It's a difference when a guy walks in a room and when a man walks into a room. And a man don't take the same things that a guy will accept. So always be the man in the room. And that's always been my whole thing, and have lost businesses because I don't bend over in that way. I don't compromise. I don't play gay roles. I don't kiss a man. I don't do that because the man card means everything.
Now, this is crazy as hell, man. Diddy, you should be ashamed of yourself, dude. Dude, you a menace to society. Putting hits on Tupac. Making people walk late at night for cheesesteak. Blowing up Kid Cudi car. Chasing Cassie down the hallway. Look how you running down that hallway, dude. stomping her out, dragging her down the hallway. Look like y'all on WWE having a no disqualification match, dude. You hanging Wale over the balcony like Big Red did that dude on Fire Heartbeat. They saying you clapped Justin Bieber cheeks. They saying you clapped Meek Mill cheeks. You got caught with 1,000 bottles of baby oil. You have a game that you like to play called the egg test, where you take an egg and you put it up a grown man's butt. And if the egg cracks, that means he's not ready.
They used to have these guys, they used to call it the boiled egg test. They could take a boiled egg, a raw boiled egg, and have those guys put their pants down and bend over and they stick it up there. The eggs break, they say they're not ready yet. They ain't put enough work in. This is Hollywood. So everybody want to go act like they don't know what's going on.
Hold on a second, Suge.
You just look. That's all you got to do.
I have never heard of anything like that. So if I haven't heard about it, just assume a lot of people haven't heard that before. But you think it's on video?
Let's stop for a second.
Go ahead, Suge.
Yeah, listen, and also, have you ever been to any puffy parties?
No.
You sure they had a long time to think about it. But if you haven't been in those butt-naked parties, even some of the preachers been in those parties, and they wasn't on their knees praying for God.
Dude, you got a lot of stuff going on. And to top it all off, pause. No Diddy. And to top it all off, now Terrence Howard is claiming that you lied about wanting acting lessons. And the real reason you hired him was because you wanted to take his manhood, bro. You know what? I thank the Lord every day. I used to want to be famous so bad, like growing up watching BET and all of this stuff like that. But man, now that I'm grown and more wiser, I'm scared as hell of them people, dude. I don't want nothing to do with Hollywood, nothing to do with fame in general. Just let me make my little YouTube videos and I'm cool. I don't want no help reaching no next level. I'm not taking no egg test. I'm not attending any freak-offs. I'm cool on Rock Nation brunches. Matter of fact, I'm cool on meeting Jay-Z. I don't care about none of these entertainers. I just seen DJ Academics get a Kanye West interview. Shout out to Kanye, one of my favorite artists of all time. Have no interest in meeting that dude. I'm cool. I want to stay as pure from that world as possible. Because it will take your soul. You got what I want. I got what you need. How much for your soul and how much for your soul and you got what I want. I got what you need. How much for your soul and how much for your soul and hey, J. Cole try to tell y'all, dude. It ain't just no song, dude. It's a reason that man be so low key. He seen some things that petrify him. Listen to that man music. He's one of the very few that hasn't given in. But that's an evil world, fam. Hollywood, music industry. If you want to reach certain heights, best believe it's gonna come. It's gonna come with a cost. But anyway, man, how y'all feel about this? Let me know in the comment section, bro. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, man. Hey, man, follow me on Instagram, TZF Baby 252. I'm gone.
Wants me to put drugs up my. I don't know what to do.
Then you put the drugs up here. What's the problem?
Please don't make me do that.
This is the opportunity that you've been waiting for. You are now in the power position. You hold all the power in your hand. You hold all the power in your hand. You will do whatever you want him to do.
Isn't that enabling him?
Yes, that's what we do. It's only a little bit of heroin in your hand. Nobody's gonna die. You know what you signed up for.
They used to have these guys, they used to call it the boiled egg test. They could take a boiled egg, a raw boiled egg, and have those guys put their pants down and bend over and they stick it up there.
Prolific.
Aye. Bitch, I'm in these streets. Fuck this industry. Bitch, I'm in these streets. Fuck this industry. Aye. Bitch, I'm in these streets. Fuck this industry. Bitch, I'm in these streets. Fuck this industry. Bitch, I'm in these streets.